Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. In today's video, I want to give you some detailed analysis of the exchange tokens and what gives them their intrinsic value. Now, our tutorials and explainer videos have been some of our most popular, and you guys have asked me to go over the comparison between the different tokens that sit behind a lot of these second generation exchanges. So you're probably familiar with Coinbase and Bitfinex, but we're going to talk about what sets these new exchanges apart and those tokens that are attached to them. Now, most of you have probably used Binance, KuCoin. You're probably familiar with a lot of these interfaces and their layouts. They can be similar. Bibox here as well is another one that's popped up recently. But we're not going to talk about the exchanges per se today. We're going to talk about those tokens and really what gives them that intrinsic value. Now, they all have different mechanisms. Some of them have a quarterly token burn. Some of them pass on a percentage of all trading fees collected through the platform. Discounts for different tiers depending on how much of their token you hold, user protection funds in case anything goes wrong, and Bibox here with their treasure box where you can lock up coins and earn rewards. Now, I've been through all these guys and I've put it all into a nice easy to read table here for you. So this is just in descending order from largest to smallest of market cap. We've got Binance, KuCoin shares, Huobi token, and Bibox. Now, fees are the first category I'm going to go over here. 0.1% for all of them, for maker and taker. Now, if you don't know, maker just means you're creating those orders, and taker means you're taking an order that someone else has made. Huobi here, the only one that's slightly higher at 0.2%. This is where it starts to get interesting. If you're holding the native token of that platform, you can get a discount on fees. Now, Binance has just been around for over 1 year, so they've just ticked down into the next category here at 25% discount on trading fees, and that reduces again each year. Next up, we've got KuCoin, where you can earn up to 30% off trading fees by holding KuCoin. So it's 1% per 1,000 KuCoin there. So to get the maximum, you need to hold 30,000 KuCoin. Huobi is slightly different here with up to 50%. If you join that VIP program, that's probably more for large traders rather than the smaller retail investors. We are working on a deal to get you guys 70% off with Huobi Australia as well. So keep an eye out in the description for that. Bibox, the same as Binance here, where we're still in year one, and that will decrease each year with those 50% currently being the discount on fees. Next up, we've got those affiliate programs, and we've all seen affiliate links being thrown around. I will have my affiliate links for all these exchanges if you want to sign up in the description of this video. 20% of fees collected and 40%. So you actually get double the amount if you're holding 500 Binance tokens on the exchange. KuCoin also have an indirect. So if you refer someone, but then they refer someone else, or they refer someone else, sort of 3 tiers of rewards, but the most you can earn there is 20% of the fees that they spend on the platform. Huobi there, again, 30% of fees, but only for the first 3 months. And then Bibox there, recently reducing theirs down in line with the others at 20% of fees. The next one here is what we all love, the quarterly burn. So when the tokens are bought back off exchange by the companies and burnt. So 20% of all profits here get burnt every quarter by Binance until they've reduced the total supply of their coins from when it started by 50%. And that, I believe, is 100 million will be outstanding at that point. Same number there for KuCoin, 10% of profits burnt until they've reduced that by 50%. Huobi, 20% of revenue, not profit, and that all goes into a user protection fund. So in case they're ever hacked, margin positions get into a awkward situation or anything happens, they don't need to bail people out. They've got that emergency funds that can be used. And Bibox there is the most attractive in terms of their buyback program. 25% of profits every quarter get used to buy tokens back until 60% is burnt. So that's reducing the total supply by 60%. Really is a great way to reward early adopters of the platform, early investors in the token. Next up here, we've got token rewards. So what you get just by holding that token. Now, nothing per se directly for Binance, but KuCoin here, you get 50% of all fees collected go into a a pool of funds, the way you can think of it as, and then of that big pool of funds, you get whatever percentage of total KuCoin shares you own. So if you're a whale and you own 10% of all KuCoin shares, you'd get 10% of that big pool of funds that's come from 50% of all the fees on the entire platform. That's paid out, and that is paid out in KuCoin shares. At the moment, that's currently at an interest rate of about 2.5% per annum. So if you had $1,000 of KuCoin, you're getting $25 a year. Now at the moment, Bibox is very attractive. So 45% of fees, and they actually give you a bonus 50% to take that up to 67.5% if you're in their top 100 traders. Now that's currently an annual reward of 57%, which is crazy. It's $570 for every $1,000 of Bibox tokens you hold. Now that's actually paid out in Bibox tokens and whatever coin the person is trading as well. Now Bibox is sprung up. It is based overseas. It's got very high trading volumes. You do always have to be cautious, guys, and take this with a grain of salt. I don't think they can keep up a 57% annual interest rate paying out rewards. That's just the law of mathematics. But at the moment, it's a very attractive option. Airdrops, so all these platforms often airdrop small amounts of coins to all their users. Voting on what new coins you want to get listed, or other things on the platform, giving you a bit of a say in governance. The next category here I've got other, and Binance has been talking about launching their decentralized exchange, and if they migrate onto their own blockchain and make that Binance coin the native token of that new blockchain, that's going to give it even more utility than it currently has and make it a very attractive option. KuCoin, they've got lots of other competitions they run on the platform. Listing speed's probably a big one there in terms of small to medium cap coins often get listed there before any of these other exchanges. So good if you want to get the latest coins. I mentioned that 70% deal we've got coming for our Huobi Australian users. Keep an eye in the description of all my videos, guys. They've got margin trading, as does Bibox, as well as that treasure box where you can lock up your coins. Bitcoin's currently earning about 9% a year if you want to lock up some Bitcoin there. Next up, I've got performance from ICO. So Binance has been an exceptional run. All these exchanges are very profitable businesses, guys. And the way that they're buying back tokens, paying out rewards, that's probably why they've performed so well in a crypto bear market. So all-time high, Binance was a return of 250x, 100x on KuCoin, only 4x for Huobi there, and 24x for Bibox. Now, since the all-time highs, crypto's been in a bear market. But really attractive here. KuCoin down over 90% and Bibox down 87%. So if you were to ask me which one is the best, what do I want to add to my portfolio? Well, the beauty with crypto is if you have $1,000 to play with, you can just buy $250 of all four of them. Hedge your bets, guys. They all have points of difference. So in terms of the buyback, obviously Bibox is going to be very attractive. But for all of them, it's going to depend on who is using the platform. Do they remain popular? These exchanges weren't around a year ago. We don't know what's a year away in the future. There's lots of decentralized exchanges coming. But obviously, paying out a percentage of fees is very attractive if they remain popular. Binance launching that decentralized exchange, if they use the BNB token as the native token with their own blockchain, that's going to be absolutely massive, I believe, guys. So all of them have their different options. I'll let you decide which one is your favorite. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, guys. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share these videos around. There's links to all these exchanges in the description below, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Cheers.